Hello, good morning. Alright, we're gonna do some shader programming to begin. Man, where do I put my camera for this? Like, nearly everywhere blocks something. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could always just make chat smaller. So this is something we haven't done for a while. Just doing a little procedural scene. I was thinking, okay, why don't we just stream this morning? See, this is the dumb thing, is it's like, it's so easy to just press the start streaming button. So what this is a little, this is supposed to be like an ocean with some, these are floating, they're floating cubes, but they're supposed to be sort of, hard to tell what they are. I think that's sort of good. It just sort of looks like some ominous floating objects. And then I'm gonna try to add some mist. So I'm trying to, it's volumetric, I'm trying to do some, like a circle of volumetric clouds. It's not rendering though. It is not rendering. Oh my god, I have the alpha set to 0. It's still not rendering. What am I doing wrong? So we got repeating on the Y. Trying to contain it to a sphere. Okay, so that looks like it's rendering outside the sphere. So then I don't get why this isn't rendering inside it. So we're only doing this with water distance bigger than 0.5. I guess we could do bigger than 0. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll just do a constant volume right here of a sphere. We'll see if this works. It might be my repetition part. No, it's just not rendering here. What? This distance smaller than D. Oh my god. First of all, my camera's pointed the wrong way. Oh, there we go. Of course. Of course. The camera was pointed the wrong way. Okay, so let's lower the alpha if I want it to be that bright. That's better. That's more like fog. And then I don't know about isotropy, but isotropy might be good. I don't know why there's a line going through the middle of it here. I have a feeling it's something to do. It seemed to get worse when I turned on the isotropy. I wonder if it's something to do with like random number generation, maybe the step size. No, step size actually makes it better. I feel like it might be something about the random number generation here. I just want to test. What if I use a proper random number generation here, like a vec4 hash? Cast not allowed. Where am I? Oh. Is it that? Alright, that messed stuff up because this is negative. Alright, okay, so it's 100% something about the negative there. We found a bug. We found a bug in the path tracer. Cool. Alright, that is a lot slower. That hash function uses integers, so it's like really good and really accurate. Like, gives a really good white noise, but it's slow because integers suck on GPUs. So the question is, how do we recreate it with this shitty opacity rand multiplied by base rand? Maybe we just take the absolute value away from there and put it right here. Haha, I knew that would work. I didn't actually know that would work. I had a really good idea that that would work. Alright, I like the way that looks. It just smooths it out. Now we're going to try to add cloudiness to it. So that it's not just like a smooth fog. It actually has like waves to it. Also, this is supposed to be water, but I feel like the color still is not right at all yet. So that we'll probably spend a bunch of time changing this color. Getting the color of water is, like, getting a realistic color is really difficult. Alright, I guess I'll just do what I did before. So that should create layers of the fog. Yeah, there we go. They're not, I guess I'll make them repeat faster. I'm not sure about that. I feel like I should just put the camera inside because that's where we're going to be viewing from. Oh damn, if I make that too far it cuts off the light. Okay, so I guess that's good. Now the fog is blocking off too much stuff under the water. So let me turn off the fog and... No, yeah, so we actually have trouble seeing the stuff under the water even without the fog. So we're gonna change this. Change the way the water looks. Alright, so part of what's making it so hard to see is such high anisotropy. It's weird. It looks like there's like stuff on the border there, but I think it's actually the distance function here causing like some sort of distortion on the background based off how much the ray marches. So I think I'll still keep the anisotrope or isotropy. We'll just make it go slower. So if we do times 0, it should stay at 0. so I guess even a little bit is a lot. I think that's kind of good. It gets it's a bit blurry. I actually almost feel like it should just be a very small constant value. That's the other thing, is I can just move these closer to the surface. That works well. Yeah, I'm wondering if it should be a deeper blue or like less deep blue. Actually, I feel like the less deep blue there's like such a small line between what. So like here's the other thing. I actually looked at like pictures of the ocean, like see if I could just color picker the color of the ocean, but a huge thing of the color of the ocean is the reflection of the background, and I just have a flat white background. So a huge part I feel is that my ocean is missing out on an actual proper like sky and varied reflection, and that part of the reason it looks like this is just because it's reflecting flat white, which you never see in our ocean. There's always a bit of blue or something else. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe I should add a little bit of blue right here. That's actually looking okay. I think that is good. I like that. Let's see how it is when this is brighter. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So let's try getting the fog varied enough that you can still kind of see. I want to try to have the fog go like on and off. Okay, so this stops the ray marking past a certain length, or makes it limited and hard to escape. So I either gotta make this smaller, increase the ray marking steps. So even if it's 0, it has a hard time Oh, I guess what I could do is I could cut off the fog. Oh my god. How did I not think about this? I just cut off the fog after a certain height. I'm just making sure it actually is cutting off and that we're not doing this in the wrong direction. Yep, okay, cool. So now let's try and make it varied. This is the question, is do I want to apply distortion? I feel like doing a similar thing to this of applying the wave distortions. Like, I'm almost thinking maybe I just cache this. And then we just use, since the wave distance is the Y distorted, we use that for the fog, and the fog gets wavy. And then how could I use that for... Alright, so it's kind of weird how there's like cut off right there. I guess that's because it's so slow ray marking through the fog. I wonder if there's a better way. I think this is a nice fog. Like, it does have varying clouds here, but I want it to be more varying. Like, I want there to be some open areas where you can kind of see through. And also it is marching really slow through it. So yeah, I'm thinking somehow of doing like clouds, like either spherical or yeah. I'm actually not sure what I want. I kind of thought I wanted a plane like this with some distortions, but yeah, maybe I didn't. Guess I could try lowering the repetitions like this. And increasing the step size. And then increasing the alpha so that it creates... On one hand, I really like how that like fades out there, but it is too obscure right here. So what if we condense these layers of fog so that there's more there? Will that work? Doesn't look like it's condensing them that much. Oh, I'm doing 6 instead of 0.6. That explains it. Yeah, that's actually I'm really happy with that fog. Yes, that is good. Now I wonder if I should do some more openings. Like make the fog thicker, but then have more openings so you can see. if we move it over a little bit? So no matter what, it ends up limiting the ray over there. So I feel like I should zoom in. Yeah, I feel like that's good. So, I'm not sure, maybe the trick is to make the fog less strong. More strong, but less strong. I'm thinking how to resolve this circle right here. Like, I believe part of the reason for this is the ray marching from, like, this is the camera's center. But at the same time, I feel like it shouldn't be like that. I'm wondering about going up above, then pointing the camera downward, and then zooming in with close field of view. not as good as the other angle. Yeah, I do think the thick fog is better. Hold on, okay, so this skip is constant each time. What if we made this skip random? Since we have that opacity rand.y. Okay, so that takes away the banding. That's what I thought. Oh my god, okay. That... I should have done that at the beginning. Alright. Alright. I'm actually wondering if that changed how the water looked as well. Hold on. Because the water uses that volumetric system too. Huh, it did kind of change how the water looks. I almost feel like I need to make the water darker now. That's kind of good, but I do feel like it should open up a bit. Ooh, that might be good if we skip the ray forward a bit. Just to get a bit more clarity. I don't know about the lines though. Yeah, so skipping the ray forward does create these lines. I could apply a little bit of randomness to this camera near. I'm almost wondering if I don't need to though. That is alright just by itself. I feel like the one thing I want more of is the water's surface. So I'm going to try increasing the alpha of the water's surface. So now that you can see the highlights of the surface of the water there more. this sharper. I think that might be alright. I wonder why I can't really see. Is it? Maybe it's doing this backwards. Why is it not showing the many cubes down below? So there you can kind of see. Is it something about what I did with the volume tracing, maybe? Now I feel like, I feel like I need to loosen up the fog in areas. Make areas where the fog actually doesn't show up. I'm almost thinking of just increasing the fog as it gets away from the camera. Just as like a quick hack. I guess I should store the camera position in a variable or something to make it easier. Okay, alright. That's not bad. You can see up close, it fades in far away. Yeah, I think that's good. I think we just want a little bit camera rotation here. So that these things aren't lined up. And maybe have a bit more fog fade in. Now I'm curious, what if we made these objects repeat way more? No, I feel like it's better when there's not nearly as many. Maybe a little bit in between though. So try and do it with just constant fog. Yeah, I think this will work fine with just constant. Maybe even less fog. Because it still kind of does fade in there. Yeah, I think that's good. Now I'm wondering about isotropy or anisotropy. I don't think it makes a difference. I think it does add a bit more shading to the fog to have an anisotropy, so I think I'll go with anisotropy. And finally, I'm just wondering if adding any shading to the background will help. Like, what if we scaled this by, I don't know, dot product of a vector. So we made the light come from one direction. Will that do anything significant? Oh, that's actually cool, the way the light just shines into the wall. That's actually probably a reflection too. Oh my god, okay. So actually, I think we do want to make add a bit of shading to the background. Yes, I feel like that's good, having the like deeper shading on the outside there. Made it less bright. I do think that was actually better when it shaded from the inside. Okay, so you can definitely see the shading going from one direction there. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, the question is, what direction do I want the light coming from? I think this way is still best. It's got a nice like glow in the water. Maybe a bit less shading though. Although on the other hand, I did like the lighting coming from the other side. Yeah, I think that's it. That's what we're gonna go with. Alright, hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some water and some breakfast. I think we're gonna play some old school RuneScape Last Man Standing. We will see though. I might just switch over to engine development right away. Alright. Yeah, dude, it's... Oh, man. I just want to play, like, one match of LMS in old school RuneScape. But at the same time, I don't want to switch the category of the stream just for one match. Conflictions. Conflictions. Alright, we'll just go straight into engine development. So I can't decide if I want to work on physics 2D first, or if I want to work on scene 2D. This is the problem with engine development, is it's so big. It's like, this is what I've said, is I feel like I need to make a game, and that will lead me towards what I need to focus on in the engine. Like, for example, making a little 2D platformer game will lead me down making the physics engine better. I'll probably include some, like, particle effects. Definitely be random generation. You know what? I was really looking at checking out Unreal Engine the other day. Unreal Engine looks like it's coming out with, like, I feel like picking up Unreal Engine is a great move because they're just, like, pushing boundaries and things. Like, it's just like, yeah, I feel like it's even just picking up Unreal Engine 4 right now. I was just looking at some, like, indie games that come out on itch.io using Unreal Engine. I feel like it is such a good engine for just throwing together a 3D game and having it be, like, pretty good quality. I know it has a bunch of issues, like built-in post-processing effects and stuff like that. Like, you can normally, like, tell a game is made in Unreal Engine, like it has a specific look, but that can always be changed. That can always be tweaked. So I'm like, yeah, on one hand, I want to try picking up Unreal Engine because it's like the things I complain about with Unity now in, like, 2020 versions and stuff of things just not working out of the box. It looks like it works in Unreal Engine, like, from what I've seen. From what I've seen, yeah. It's like, yeah, that's game development right now, is, like, spread between a whole bunch of different libraries and stuff. At the end of the day, it's like, I feel like I should just settle with Unity. On one hand, with all my complaints about Unity, I feel like I should just settle for it. Just be like, alright, I know basically all the APIs, or a majority of them, like, know how to use it, even if it's, like, not the greatest. You know how stuff works. But then it's like all the stuff that's not the workflow in it is incredibly slow in Unity. Like, this is one of the things is I'm worried about a bunch of the same problems I'll find in Unity I'll find an Unreal Engine, like having a bunch of stuff in the editor of moving assets around and stuff like that, having a bunch of loading, waiting for a bunch of loading bars and things. Like, I know an Unreal Engine having to build lighting takes a long time, just like Unity, but yeah. And building lighting is something you regularly do. I think we might play some LMS. Yeah, this is like I have a really hard time deciding what project should I focus on. It's like a form of procrastination cuz like I'll be honest, like you look at making your own engine and it's like I've said before, it's almost certainly going to be inferior to Unity in the number of features and things like that. So it's like, why not just use Unity? And like I said, it's like, well, I could get a better workflow out of this. Emphasis on could. But then you can just like start developing in Unity. And even if it's not the greatest, it's like you can just get started. Hmm. How much of game dev is just ingenuity and hacking things together? And how much is just research? I mean, I guess the researchers are also having ingenuity and hacking things together. It depends how you're doing your game too. Like you could argue if you're making a game in RPG Maker or one of these like visual novel sims that you honestly don't really need much research or things. Like a bunch of visual novel game engines are like drag and drop these images and enter text and potentially voice lines. Yeah, dude. Oh man. Part of what I really hate about Unity is that like it is it is both overkill and not overkill. Like it has a giant number of packages and things, and then at the same time it's like it's a very it's not an engine that focuses on very high end graphics or things, or at least traditionally it hasn't focused on that. So it's like it's so weird. Like Unity's 2D support, like it's way better than Unreal Engine, but at the end, like it's still not amazing. You need like a bunch of people use asset packages and things from the asset store to make the 2D experience way better. Hmm. Although their 2D support, I believe, is way better. I think I'm just not motivated. That's the summary of it. Or maybe, yeah. See, this is the weird thing that I do with Unity is I say like I go to start doing a do incremental steps, don't try to tackle it. Do you plan at all? What do you think I'm talking about right now, Kappa Votes? I'm talking about what I should potentially do and spend my time on. What is that? Do incremental steps, don't try to tackle it all in one go. Do you use Trello and stuff? Yeah, but Trello isn't really that good. Like, you shouldn't have to open up an app to plan, you should just be able to, like, plan it out like this. This is actually interesting. Do you think that you need an app like Trello to plan, or do you think me, like, for example, talking out right here, talking out what I'm gonna do next, do you think this isn't planning because I'm not using Trello or I'm not, like, writing it down on a board? I think it's a mix of both because humans forget. All right, so you're saying so, okay, so that just avoided answering the question. So I think it's a mix of both. So you think it's both yes and no. And okay. So if you make a plan and forget it, is it still not planning? I still think that like this is planning even if you forget it. All right, but is it planning? There you go. There you go. It's fucking crazy to me that I'm literally talking about planning and you go and say, "Do you plan at all?" Like that is fucking hilarious to me. Like do you how you can listen to the stream and then still type that out? Like are you listening to the stream? Like you obviously are cuz you're responding to this. But it's just like so like do you want to contribute to my plans at all? Like what engine would you use? Probably Unity or Unreal. Like do you have an engine of choice? And if so, like why did you pick that engine? So what I'm saying is that using Unity stops me from developing my own engine because I go and say, "Oh, I could just do this in Unity." And then I like go and start doing stuff in Unity and I go, "Oh, this is insanely limited. I've run into issues with Unity." And then I have wasted time in Unity and then my engine isn't anywhere more developed. Like I spend time doing Unity and it doesn't go towards anything because also the engine changes so much that most of the stuff I write doesn't really like most of the code I write doesn't work like 4 or 5 years later. So, yeah. And I'm gonna be real, a bunch of the stuff inside Unity that, like, is hard to do, that's supposed to be, like, part of what I'm really interested in, for example, in Unreal Engine, is they supposedly have a networking solution where you can just, like, enable networking on your game objects and they have a built-in networking system. That seems incredible to me. That is what Unity tried to do with UNet and failed. Yeah, the replication system. Replication is the name of the process for synchronizing data and procedure calls between clients and servers, provides a high-level abstraction along with low-level customization. Yeah, the question is, how low-level is this? And the question is, can you do this with blueprints or C, or is it like, do you need to go into C++ to do this? I think you do. Multiplayer in blueprints. This is probably something I can find better through just Googling. Can you do multiplayer in Unreal Engine with blueprints? You can use the pre-built engine version from the launcher, but if you want dedicated servers, you have to build from source yourself. Unreal Engine is tailored towards first-person shooters. So everyone says you can do it, but no one provides a specific way to do it. You need to get some blueprints from Asset Store. God damn. Yeah, so that it is not possible out of the box. I feel like that is the direction that Unreal Engine is moving, though, is to make all of this stuff just possible through blueprints. But yeah, I don't. That's the thing. I feel like if I'm gonna use an engine, I don't pick up Unreal Engine. I just continue using Unity that I already have a whole bunch of knowledge in. But it drives me crazy. Unity's changing so much that, like, knowledge today in Unity doesn't equal knowledge tomorrow in Unity. I think what I've said is instead of just like, I think I need a game idea, because like just working towards a game is a really, like, it is way more fun than just working on like a library or some piece of code or something. I need a game idea. integrate it all. That's how you get motivation. I don't know how I get motivation. It just like shows up. Or I don't even realize I have motivation until like I've got something done and I was like, oh hey, I was motivated to do that because I finished that. But during it, I'm not even thinking about like, oh, I'm motivated or not. I'm just thinking like, I'm gonna do this. I'm thinking about the project. That's the thing. You don't actually think about motivation to get motivated. You think about the project. I think that's the issue, is whenever I start working on something in Unity, I don't get inspired by it. I get bogged down by Unity. Unity clouds my vision. I think that's the thing. Like, what I was saying about how, like I stop thinking about developing the engine because my mind thinks, oh, I could just do this in Unity. Like, it's almost like Unity is actually, like... My brain has gotten so used to thinking, oh, I can just develop this in Unity, that it no longer thinks, like it's actually stopped me from developing my own stuff because of the thought process of going, oh, I could do this in Unity. Whereas if I spent a bunch of time years ago not doing it in Unity, I would have way more of my own engine done. I already have a whole bunch of engine code done I'm pretty proud of, but could have a lot more. I think the way the corporate world does it is just post-it notes on the walls and drawings. I think they dangle money in front of people's faces, and the alternative outcome is starving. Yeah, on the other hand, I'm sunk cost fallacy. I have such an issue with sunk cost fallacy where I keep, for example, thinking that I should finish this cartoon render pipeline in Unity just because I've spent time doing it already. Hello, me? Yeah, we're not actually doing anything. I'm literally just sitting here procrastinating. I'm thinking I'm going to go to the RuneScape category and we're just going to play some old school RuneScape. Kill some people. Or maybe we'll get killed ourselves. Motivation with copium. Copium about Unity or copium about my own engine? Alright, hold on a second. What if I just don't switch categories? Dude, I fucking hate Windows 10. I just typed in old school RuneScape in the Windows 10 search bar, and this shit came up with Bing, Microsoft Edge searching for old school RuneScape. I have the app on my computer. Windows 10 search just failed to find it. Fucking garbage operating system, dude. Money is just another incentive like any other. Getting fame in GitHub is another. Like, is getting views on a thing... Like, this is the question, though. Is getting views on the internet actually, like, a thing? Like, it's just an interesting thing to me where, like, are views actually worth anything when there's so many bots on the internet? Like, this is something 4chan learned a very long time ago, that it's not about the views, it's about the lulls. This game is a great example of a game made in its own engine. This game is CPU rendered in Java. Kind of crazy. The developer of this built their own 3D rasterizer back before the days that 3D was actually that common. Minecraft also Java, it was very slow. See, but Minecraft had OpenGL and actual GPU rasterization. This was like even before that. Minecraft's actually pretty fast. Like, a bunch of Minecraft clones that have come out are actually like less efficient than Minecraft. It's kind of funny. Because I think they're made in Unity and some shit, like... That was risky. I just almost died. But voxels in Java so slow. See, Java isn't like that bad though. The only thing it's really missing compared to like C is SSE and AVX. Like, it doesn't really have vector instructions directly. It does have APIs though, where you can oh my god, this person... They blocked my special attack. I'm doing so fucking bad right now, man. Focusing on talking. But yeah, so Java 2021, we back to .NET versus Java. Yeah, I've said this before. Java actually beats C# in a whole bunch of performance tests because the Java JIT is way more optimized than the C# JIT compiler. It's kind of, I don't know. I guess JVM especially. JVM has a lot of years behind it. But yeah, Java's weaknesses are that like a lot of your code, I don't know how to describe it. Like, you're at the mercy of the JIT compiler. So like, for example, RuneScape, they ended up writing their own JVM bytecode, as far as I'm aware, for certain sections, so that they knew that it was going to be executed and optimized a certain way. I think there is an actual reason though that they chose Java for Android. You know what's actually a shitty language? JavaScript. Single-threaded piece of shit language. Doesn't even have types. Absolute garbage. Doesn't give you errors in the console. It'll literally just like overwrite it'll read a null variable and not tell you. Or like try to access a null variable. And then just give you null back, and then you're wondering why everything's null. Yes, I've got the RNG now, motherfucker. And he's gonna stand under me like a complete bitch. This guy is really good. He is like... His prayer switches are perfect. Right as I say that, he just completely fucked up his prayer switches. I think he's out of food. Is this motherfucker actually out of food after he's been standing under me? Come on. Fucking noob, dude. What an absolute bitch, man. No, he's not out of food. He was just standing there AFK for some reason. I really hate when people just like waste your fucking time like that. Okay, so in this game mode, you gotta realize that everyone is trying to... So, when you kill someone, that is how you get upgraded loot. So, you can actually purposely make people lose by holding them in a fight. So, if a person... Like, if this person right now logged out, for example, and I didn't get loot, I would be behind all the other people here, because they've got some shit now, like declaws or, like, Arams or some shit. So it's actually interesting. You can actually grief people in this game if you understand how the game mode works. Holy shit, we won! I was not expecting that. That guy was sitting under me playing as like a noob. Oh my god, we got declaws. Right as I said declaws and Arams. Someone at Jagex was listening to me. Ow, holy shit. This guy is hitting massive. And I'm hitting zeros. There we go. When did RuneScape give you free PvP training? I don't remember this. This is called Last Man Standing. It was released a little bit ago. Like, I want to say like 2 years ago. It's basically like peak level RuneScape PKing for free. This guy doesn't expect me to have claws. Now he does. If I sub, I can access this? No, it's free. I'm on free to play right now. This is a bad time to spec, but all zeros. Oh, that guy got really good RNG. He was hitting like 30s every single time. Do I need the levels? I don't believe you need levels. It's just free. But it's pretty dead. No one really PKs anymore on RuneScape. It's generally considered like PKers are considered like the degenerates right now. The community basically hates PKers. So, yeah. RuneScape ain't what it used to be. I actually feel like the current community in RuneScape would totally vote to remove the wilderness. Which is kind of ironic because that's kind of one of the main marking points of killing the original 2007 and the line between that and Evolution of Combat. So, it's funny the way the turntables. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end stream this morning in a bit. I need to think about. I need to get a game. I need to make a goal. Not just any goal, a goal for making a game. Have some project. And I think it needs to be in my own engine because it would make it way better. That's the funny thing, like, technically working on the engine is a goal. Like, finishing the engine is a goal, but it's not a clear goal. Like, when is an engine finished? When you have, like, when you have 2D and 3D rendering done, and basic physics, I have all of those things, but I'm not happy with the physics, I want to improve it, and I'm not happy with the 3D rendering, I want to improve it. It's like, I guess that's the thing with engine development, it's like, never done. Neglecting the artsy side of game dev is a bad idea. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's too many games these days that are actually all about art, and it's basically like a walking simulator where you're like looking at the game dev's art instead of actually having mechanics. Like, I think the best games like this have not amazing graphics. The reason why they're good is because the gameplay and the actual mechanics are amazing. Damn, this guy's going hard. What the hell? My character's just like stopped attacking. Hey, I got good RNG. Oh man, I thought I got the prayer up there, but I guess not. Oh my god, this guy is so fast at changing his prayers. Like, literally instantly changes them. Risk it? Oh no. Oh no, I switched off prayer. Ooh. Can't just be all technical. I mean, from the perspective of trying to get the game done, not the output of the game, because the way I see it, art defines the boundaries of the game, while if you go the technical route, it's a bottomless pit. I think it's the complete opposite. I think the game mechanics define the boundaries of the game, and the art doesn't really matter. You can just do placeholders and still have an amazing game. Like, I think it's the complete opposite. You should actually go without art first and just design the game with placeholders. And then once the mechanics and things are good and you know what art you need, then you go with the art. I would say game mechanics are the artsy side. Do you not define the game mechanics with rules and code and logic? I think engine dev is definitely more technical. I'm not saying it's not more technical. I'm just saying with Unity I end up doing a bunch of this engine development inside Unity anyways, because it's not like Unity supports everything. And then you end up having it be more complicated because you have to jump through Unity's abstract APIs to do things that are almost simpler to do in like native OpenGL. So like on one hand, I feel like the best thing for my HTML5 engine right now is to work on a little 2D game. And then that would lead me down the path of working on stuff like the particle system and better physics and things like that. But I'm not motivated at all to make a little like template 2D game. That's the issue. Yeah, I think I am gonna end stream. I also don't think planning stuff out on stream like this is good. I don't know what it is, but like I actually think it slows me down having to talk about it instead of just thinking through. Because normally when I think about this, I don't say I'm thinking about this. My brain just jumps from one thing to the other and processes it. I almost feel like talking about it both slows down and messes up my thinking process. I am happy that we did a procedural shader on stream today, in like the first hour of the morning. I am happy with this because we haven't done a procedural scene for a while, so I'm happy with this. GLSL is so fun. Like, I almost think I want to say that GLSL is one of my favorite programming languages. Like, with all its limitations, it makes it so nice. Like, having vector math right there, having a bunch of math functions, very simple programming without any, like, pointers or anything. So nice. Alright, anyways. This is the procedural scene we made this morning called Obscurity. It's ray traced with procedural sign distance functions. Yeah. I feel really bad because it's like I have been saying that the way I should do streaming is just sit down and do like a 5-hour plus stream. But that's not the way it works with like development. It's more just like, or at least for me and my motivation. Motivation isn't like, oh, it's this fucking endless thing that you just do for hours a day. It's like, it comes and it goes. Anyways, thanks for watching. I almost guarantee I will do a stream later today. We might just play Minecraft today, but we'll see. I really want to get working on another game. What I was saying is all of this got spurred by doing Hopton's Trip, because while I was working on Hopton's Trip, it was like, alright, we're making this game. This is the focus. Like, having that key focus was really good. Alright. Oh man, it's gonna be really stupid if I come back in like 20 minutes and I'm like, alright, we're gonna do this. Alright. See you around. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a good day, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Bye-bye. I'll see you around.